with peer pressure. I wonder why it's easier for me to go vegan than all of my friends and family and most of the people around here. And I thought maybe it was because, you know, I was more open-minded, or because, you know, I grew up unhealthy, or I watched my father and mother be unhealthy. My dad was extremely obese. My mother got diabetes. You know, I thought maybe it was because I was used to the idea of the government lying to us and corporations lying to us to sell us stuff, and that whole thing, and being more open-minded to conspiracy theory and stuff like that. But I think one thing that's really important is the way that I deal with peer pressure, and why I don't have as much of a problem with that. A big reason for that is because, you know, I don't really have a lot of peers around me. I don't have a lot of friends that I'm really close with. I don't have any family around me. I have a lot of family, but they all live across country, so I'm not really around a lot of people. You know, I spend a lot of time by myself, or, you know, maybe around you know, a very close group of friends. I mean, I could count all my friends that I have, you know, on one hand, easily. And you know, the thing is that you know, if you don't have a lot of peers, then your peer pressure problems are going to be a lot less, you know. And the amount of time that you spend with your peers, the amount of leverage that you give them in your life, is going to affect how you are able to deal with that peer pressure. You know, it's all about mind over matter. Those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter, you know. If people, you know, if you have people in your life that want you to succeed, and that want to do whatever they can to help you succeed in your goals, then those are the kinds of people that you want to have in your life. And the people that, you know, have a problem with what you're trying to do, well, then you don't really need them around as much. And you know, you want to have a peer group around you who is going to give you positive peer pressure, you know, who are going to hold you accountable. You know, you want to have vegan friends. I mean, for me, like, it all starts with being goal-oriented. You know, if you have goals, then your goals should be extremely important to you. Otherwise, why have them, you know? And your goals should come before everything, you know? You know, you don't have to, like, completely disown all your family and friends, but I mean, it's a good idea to put enough healthy distance in between you, so that, you know, you have enough, you can focus on your goals. And that's what I've had to do with a few of my best friends. You know, I had to say, you know, enough is enough, and I'm not going to let you know, even my best friends or my family interfere with what I have to do with my life, because that's my happiness, man. And you know, I think if my friends and my family really want me to be happy, then they'll, you know, do whatever it takes to help me achieve my goals. So, you know, I would say that start with your peer group. You know, start to include more people in your life that have the same goals as you. You know, if your goal is to lose weight or get healthy, or like me, if you're wanting to go vegan, then you need to find some vegan friends. You know, you need to try to, you know, build a social circle based on that. You know, another example for me personally is I want to get my black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu someday. And in order to do that, I need to have a peer group around me of people who are going to support me with that. In particular, other people who also do jiu-jitsu. Sorry, I had to check my my phone. So, in a nutshell, I would say, you know, refine your peer group. start to include people who are like-minded, who have the same goals as you, and expel those people who aren't gelling with your goals and your dreams, because that's what's really important. And if your friends know that, you know, another thing you got to do is you got to let them know. You got to set up clear boundaries, because, you know, maybe you have friends and you don't want to kick them out of your life completely, but you got to tell them, hey, these are my goals, and these goals are really important to me, and you know, you have to set up clear boundaries. For example, if you're trying to go vegan, you have to tell all your friends and family, hey, I'm going vegan, and I want to make sure that you know about that, and you know, I want you to respect that boundary with me, and don't offer me any meat or any animal foods, you know, if you can, and if they care about you, they'll do that, you know, and they'll do their best to refrain from giving you a hard time about it, or anything like that, because if they really care about you, they'll want to support you 100% in your goals. So yeah, if you have any comments about how you deal with peer pressure, leave them down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for future videos. Peace.